Clean Russian athletes will be able to participate in the 2018 Winter Olympics, but they will not be able to represent the country of Russia. Instead, they will participate under a neutral status. Students are often hesitant to talk about their issues because they're afraid there might be something wrong. Lambton says it's important not to keep it bottled up. According to a Worth Hiding article, 60% of Americans are in support of net neutrality, while only 17% oppose it. The other 23% still have yet to make up their minds. Empty classrooms such as this are what staff are trying to avoid. With Go Green Go 15, it's the next step in making that possible.
The Russian Olympic Committee is suspended with immediate effect.
Athletic doping is nothing new for Russia. The country had two scandals back in the 2014 and 2016 Olympic Games, and now they are paying the price for their previous actions.
If you have allegations like that against you, I feel that you shouldn't be able to compete.
Doping is the act of illegally using drugs or other substances in order to enhance athletic performance. Even though MSU varsity rower Zach Klusovic says he and his team have never used performance enhancers, he explains why he thinks athletes may feel the need to utilize them.
So I think usually it's athletes that see themselves in a lower tier will start to use things that will boost them up into the next tier.
But he says with hard enough work and a little determination, athletes don't have to go down that path.
If one of our teammates was doing it, I would just be really, really disappointed.
Men's rowing team assistant coach Andrew Leonard says if athletes do use performance-enhancing drugs, it inevitably falls back on the coach.
If you are putting so much pressure and stress on them to perform that they feel the need to go above and beyond the legal methods to get that high performance, then you're failing those athletes.
He agrees. Athletes who cheat should be banned. But those who didn't use performance enhancers shouldn't be punished.
You feel bad for the amount of work and effort that they've put in training their entire lives for this moment and now no longer getting to represent their country.
Clean Russian athletes will be able to participate in the 2018 Winter Olympics, but they will not be able to represent the country of Russia. Instead, they will participate under a neutral status.
Some of them might very well take them up on, and it's great that they will still have that opportunity to compete.
In East Lansing, Kayla Robinson, Focal Point News. The internet as we know it may not be the same in the next couple weeks if we kiss net neutrality goodbye.
Net neutrality is a set of policies that constrains internet access providers from discriminating against certain types of content or certain types of devices.
And without this principle, our freedom on the World Wide Web will be reduced immensely. Professor and chairperson of the Department of Media and Information, Johannes Bauer, does research with the Quello Center at Michigan State and studies the implications behind why proposals such as this are placed in the first place.
The good reasons are that the current set of rules is probably relatively rigid and constraining. And from an innovation and economic perspective, it would be desirable to maybe relieve some of those rules.
But with the good comes the bad.
They also want to throw out those protections against non-discrimination.
If repealed, it will inevitably give internet service providers ultimate power. Chief Operating Officer at SpartanNet, Richard Lang, says this proposal can be a toss-up for ISPs between both gaining and losing consumers.
So if you were to remove net neutrality and give these ISPs the ability to prefer their product over others, then maybe they're taking back those subscribers.
According to a Worth Hiding article, 60% of Americans are in support of net neutrality, while only 17% oppose it. The other 23% still have yet to make up their minds.
They want to have choice. They want to be able to select whatever means that they want to receive their content.
Big groups of people, go get to parties by myself, just anything of that sort of nature freaks me out.
MSU student Jordan Lambton struggles with social anxiety.
Sometimes I just have to calm myself down and be like, it's literally just a phone call. There's no reason to freak yourself out over it.
Mental disorders like anxiety can come about for a variety of reasons, including school stress or personal life struggles.
All the new unique experiences and pressures culminate and tend to increase anxiety a lot.
Leslie Johnson is a specialist at the Resource Center for Persons with Disabilities, and she says big life changes, such as transitioning from high school to college, contribute to the anxiety issues plaguing young people in today's society.
We're such a large campus, and the good thing about that is we have so many resources and places for people to go.
But Jordan Lambton says she has been looking for ways to explain what anxiety really is, especially to college students, because many confuse anxiety with daily stress.
Oh, I have a lot to do. That is not anxiety. You're stressed about it, but it doesn't consume your thoughts. You don't have to take medicine every single day because you have a test and it stresses you out.
And this can be very frustrating to Lambton.
Anxiety is being like so fixated, like during your stats exam, like what if I fail? What if this happens? I have to retake the class.
Johnson encourages students to seek out places like the RCPD after getting a documented diagnosis from a doctor.
And ask like different questions like what impacts they experience, kind of like key areas like major life functions.
Students are often hesitant to talk about their issues because they're afraid there might be something wrong. Lambton says it's important not to keep it bottled up.
It's okay to tell your friends. Like all my friends know, people at work know, like, yeah, that's why I'm like this sometimes.